Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We're talking all about the 5-on-5 Raw versus SmackDown Men's Survivor Series match. It's going to be going down at Survivor Series 2017. This match really has me fired up for the upcoming Survivor Series show. It's been since last year at Survivor Series that I really felt this fired up about the show. SummerSlam is SummerSlam, WrestleMania is WrestleMania, but I can honestly tell you that even for those shows, I wasn't as amped as I was now. Here I am making the Survivor Series full show preview, and I think we're a month out, if not even more, from Survivor Series, and that's how jazzed I really am. I think this is going to be a good one. We don't even really know who's going to be in this 5-on-5, as Kurt Angle was about to announce his Raw 5-man team. He was invaded by SmackDown superstars who went and took Kurt Angle under siege and then went and took over the Raw locker room, beating up everybody from Finn Balor, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. There was a few people who were not able to be found, that they were saved and not beaten up. But for the most part, everybody on the roster, men and women, were beaten up by the SmackDown team. No doubt in my mind, there's going to be an answer coming sooner than later. I think that honestly, the SmackDown invasion of Raw was it was a pretty big surprise. When Raw invades SmackDown, I think that even though that they'll take over SmackDown, I don't think it's going to be that big of a surprise to the people that are watching, because you just expect that they're going to want to get revenge. In this match, we've only got one guy named to it. Randy Orton ended up winning his match on SmackDown to join the team. As of right now, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, who were not a part of the Raw TakeOver because of their angle going with Shane McMahon from the Hell in the Cell, were not a part of the show, but they were a part of the match in order to see who would be named to the 5-man team. When it comes down to it, I think that even though they have problems with Shane McMahon, I think that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will both be a part of the SmackDown team. As of right now, especially with Baron Corbin being in the Raw versus SmackDown Intercontinental versus United States Championship match, I'm guessing that if they don't have those two in them, what are they going to do at the pay-per-view? And what it just doesn't make a lot of sense for them to be holdouts. They have to be doing something, if not a match. I don't know. If you remember back to when they did the Raw versus SmackDown draft, for every one pick that SmackDown got, Raw got 2. And they played off on that basically it came down to Raw was a 3-hour show and SmackDown was a 2-hour show. So Raw would need more competitors to help them out along the way. When I look at the SmackDown team, I think it has to be Orton. I think it's going to be Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. As of right now, there's a match on SmackDown, Rude versus Ziggler, to see who's going to be a part of the team. I think that honestly, that's a hard one to pick, because Bobby Roode is a growing star on the brand, but Dolph Ziggler is like an experienced superstar that deserves to be on there. That guy, bleeds what is SmackDown. And for the people who like to watch SmackDown over Monday Night Raw, I'm sure that Dolph Ziggler is one of those reasons, because he is a real wrestler's wrestler that goes out there and gets the job done and just has good matches, because SmackDown relies less on I'm not going to say they rely less on storylines, but there's less foo-foo gaga crap on there. There's no celebrity drop-ins or rock concerts. It's just, let's go out there, we'll put on a wrestling show, and we'll leave the rest for Monday Night Raw to take care of. I'm not quite sure who would be the last one to join the team, but I think I'm going to pick Ziggler to be a part of the team, making it Ziggler, Zayn, Owens, and Orton. And then I'm a little bit lost on who the last guy would be if it's not going to be Shinsuke Nakamura, who was a part of the Raw TakeOver. He was easily to be seen in there. But then again, now you got AJ Styles, who wouldn't be a part of the match. So you got to put AJ in there too. So, oh shoot, man. Maybe Owens and Zayn won't be a part of the team. I guess that would have to be Orton, AJ, Nakamura, Ziggler. And then do they cop their way out? Is that even though that Rude lost that match, maybe he beat somebody else to get in there? I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that would get thrown into there. For the Monday Night Raw side, I know there's lots of rumors going around that basically Roman Reigns, they're not sure when he's going to return. I think there's no way in the world. He might miss a Raw, maybe even another Raw. There's no way he's missing Survivor Series. So I would think that he has to be one of the main members of this team. You'd have to do Roman. I think you have to do Finn Balor, even though he just lost to Kane. Braun Strowman is a big part of Monday Night Raw. He has to come back from the dead, all unsquished from the garbage truck. And then maybe Cesaro and Sheamus to round out the team if they don't do a 5-on-5 tag team elimination to go along with it. I think that when it comes down to it, I would not be surprised if SmackDown gets the win. Seeing how this is a much-featured match, and I think that Brock is going to win for Raw, just to sort of even things out and not make SmackDown look like it's the B squad of wrestlers, that there is a real reason for them to be there. I know that last year, at the last minute, Shane McMahon ended up replacing Baron Corbin on the SmackDown team after Kalisto injured Baron Corbin. I don't think that Shane's going to wrestle. I know there's rumors out there that Shane's never going to wrestle again, but I don't think that he's going to be a part of it. And for some people out there who think that the two GMs are going to join this match, and it's going to be Daniel Bryan as a part of the SmackDown team and Kurt Angle a part of the Raw team, because Kurt wrestled last month and because Daniel Bryan has been begging to have any sort of wrestling inside of WWE before he leaves to pursue those interests elsewhere, whether if it's New Japan or whether if it's AAA down in Mexico or PWG, Ring of Honor. Basically anybody who wants to bid for his services once his contract is up. I don't think that's going to happen either. I know that Daniel Bryan tweeted out that there was a time when Kurt Angle was not going to be allowed to wrestle in WWE because he could not pass the wellness test, and then all of a sudden comes the TLC debacle of 2017, and he's magically cleared and ready to go. He's saying that maybe there's a chance that he could be able to pass the test. I still honestly don't see it happening. I think that WWE doesn't want to lose Bryan because of what he means to the franchise of WWE, SmackDown, Total Divas, Total Bellas. I think it would hurt if they're not able to show Daniel Bryan on those shows. So I think they would want to hold on to him any way they can, but I don't think they want to give up on their morals of not having him wrestle because they don't want to have him get further injured with more concussions or anything that's going to make his life worse for the rest of the way out. They'll have to find a way to be able to keep him around. So I don't think that Bryan or Angle or Shane will be a part of this match. Stephanie, maybe. But we'll have to see. I wonder if Triple H would start his angle with Shane. Or not with Shane. Either way, Triple H can have a match at WrestleMania against Shane, or Triple H can have a match against Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. And I think that people will be jazzed for either one. But the rumor this far out is that Triple H would have a match against Kurt Angle for maybe, control of Monday Night Raw. At this time, I don't think that they're going to start that angle with Triple H screwing Raw, because it doesn't make a lot of sense if Triple H is going to be wanting to run Raw with Stephanie as the authority. They were removed from power after WrestleMania 34 by Vince, and they put Kurt Angle in charge. So Really looking forward to the show. I think it's going to be a good one. Let me know your guys' thoughts below. I know that this is really early, more than I do these before, but hopefully you guys like it. Let me know if you guys like the full show previews this far in advance. As of right now, we still don't know who's going to be on the Raw women's team. We don't know any of the members of the elimination match. And I would not be surprised if one of the champions ends up getting replaced because they lose their title. So more to come. Stick with Stevie Breach, and I'll see you guys down the road.